Welcome to the SDA Housing Podcast, brought to you by NDIS Property Australia. Before starting this episode, we need to provide a general disclaimer. Information contained in this podcast is general in nature only. It does not take into account the objectives, financial situation, or needs of any particular person. You need to consider your financial situation and needs before making any decisions based on the information in this podcast. And you should consider seeking independent and professional advice for your personal circumstances. All right, let's begin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode. I am Debbie, Marketing Manager here at NDIS Property Australia. And today I've got Eryn and Luba with me to chat to you about them. Hi, Eryn.
Hi.
Hi, Luba.
Hi, hello.
We're going to be chatting today about the value of our podcast, our recent rebranding, and to celebrate our 40th episode. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
We started this podcast as a way to impart in-depth information, I guess, about specialist disability accommodation, because we get so many questions on so many different aspects from our potential investors and other people that we're assisting as consultants in this area. So we started it back in February, I believe. And we're just so excited about how we've been doing so far. We're getting great feedback from our listeners, our customers, our potential investors. So we wanted to celebrate that, and also to talk about our rebranding, which I'll let Luba tell you more about. So I also wanted to say that we're having amazing success with people contacting us. We're having potential investors, NDIS providers, other stakeholders come to us after listening to the podcast, saying that they want to find out how they can work together with us. We've even started receiving requests from people who want to be guest speakers on the podcast. So
Yeah.
really proud of that, and go team.
And we have been getting heaps of actual responses from investors and everyone coming to us and being like, yeah, we really love it. It's really good, which makes us feel good. So
it does, yeah. It makes us really want to keep doing this and find new people to be guest speakers, which we're doing. Lots of new guest speakers that will be coming up. I'm sure Eryn will tell us a little bit more about that.
Oh, I don't want to let too much away.
Okay. No. It is very, very cool.
Well, I'm just going to talk a little bit about how far the podcast has really come, because I've been doing it from the start. So, when I started, it was pretty much just me and Matt and Emilita. And we were just pretty much talking. Well, I wasn't even on it at that point. I refused. I was refusing to be on it, and I was just behind the scenes, and I would edit it and post it and all of that. And they'd been convinced me to get on it. And then our first guest speaker was, I think it was actually Dante from Adapt. He was. Yeah, so our first guest speaker was Dante from Adapt. And now we've had, I think, over 10 guest speakers, and we're up to our 40th episode, which is really great. And as Debbie said, we had someone reach out to us. Was it last night, Debbie, asking if they could be on as a guest? Yeah, which is really exciting. And we've had people, ask us questions, and it's really great that people are really getting involved, and we can tell that people are liking it. Because, we originally started the podcast because there's no SDA podcasts. There's other property podcasts, but there's nothing specifically SDA.
Podcasts.
Yeah, but there's nothing specifically SDA. So there was sort of, Min came up with the idea, and he recognised the gap, and we wanted to fill it. So that's where it's come from. And, we're up to, this is episode number 40, and we've already had 3,321 downloads total over all of our episodes. And this is really exciting. So over the last month alone, just over the past 30 days, we've had 1,172 downloads, which is our biggest month since we started. Which is so exciting because it's just like growing as it goes, and we get to watch it, and it's like my little baby, and it's really nice to watch. And now we've convinced Luba to join us, to get on board.
Yeah,
well, your first episode.
It is.
Yeah, what an honor to be on the episode 40. It took me that long.
Tell us a little bit about you, Luba, and what you do with us.
So I am marketing assistant, assisting Debbie, basically.
And she does a very good job.
Thank you.
And our social media expert.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Graphic design expert.
Jack of all trades, basically, in that space. But I personally, I enjoy. It's a lot of creativity involved, so that's a lot of enjoyment I'm gaining out of this. Yeah, and so podcast is definitely a creative space for all of us, including me. And I was going to talk about the rebranding.
Yes, please tell us.
Yeah, the new podcast banner that we have started to use just recently. So, ever since we started it in February, this podcast has brought us new collaborations and partnership opportunities, but it has also given a voice to the companies and organizations and individuals who make up the world of the NDIS, basically. Essentially, we are creating the community here, and this is one of our main goals in this podcast.
I think that's something we didn't expect, how much of the community it's create for us.
100%. No, we thought, maybe we can get someone from Adapt on.
Yeah.
Then we didn't really think that we'd be able to get as many people on as we have, and it's hidden. You can't see it, but there is a list behind me of everyone that's coming up, and it's quite large.
Awesome.
Sneak peek, we've got a large list of people coming on board.
More episodes. Yeah.
Lots of good listening coming up.
Absolutely. So, and recently we have decided to give the podcast a new look and a more specific name to reflect the main topic within the NDIS world that we'd like to mainly focus on or educate about, which is Specialist Disability Accommodation, or SDA. Hence the new name of the podcast.
Right, drum roll.
SDA Housing Podcast.
Yay.
Yeah. And so the concept of the banner is really simple. Basically, it is a house standing on the green lawn. Inside the house, you can see an NDIS participant with their carer. And this is a simple way to communicate the meaning of SDA. Basically, a house, a special house that gives an individual with a disability living arrangements that suit their needs along with the support they require, basically. Yeah. And another thing that we use the bright colors in the banner, just like the future of SDA. So I think it's a bright idea. It deserves a bright future.
I love that.
To sign with.
So, Eryn, do you want to elaborate at all on the podcast from your perspective?
I know it was kind of just like, it was an idea and we thought, let's just roll with it. Let's go with it. Let's get started straight away. And then it's been, really, really great to watch it grow, because I think our first episode was only like 8 minutes or something. And now we've, had 30, 40-minute episodes. And I've seen it, like there's been like some episodes that have almost 200 downloads for that one episode, and our first one had something like 40, I think.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, I'm horrible at math, but what's that, like triple? quadrupled. I'm horrible at math.
It definitely proves the value and the interest. Yeah, that's what it's showing us.
No, we have just been so blown away by the interest in this, the excitement around it, and obviously the value that it is creating for people in the NDIS and the SDA world. So
I think I'd like to see it go to like really get some more actual listeners to send us things that they want to talk about, because we get feedback, like people are like, yeah, we really love it, but I want to hear what people actually want us to talk about.
Definitely. I think we have done one episode just recently, questions and answers from one of the clients.
One of Matt's clients sent us through some questions, and we thought, let's pop them on the podcast. Let's answer them.
Yeah. So, listeners, send in your questions. Don't forget to give us your email address, or you can send it in via social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And we'd love to record an episode to answer your specific questions on anything SDA.
I should probably put my email in the description or something so people can email me questions.
That would be a great idea.
Yeah, let's do it. And also, Eryn, how often can listeners expect to a new episode?
Oh, yeah. So that's the thing that's new. Back at the start, we didn't have a schedule. We were just kind of like dropping them out here and there. But now I'm like, no, I want a nice schedule. I want to know when they're coming out. So at the moment, we're doing Tuesdays and Fridays, and they're always coming out at 7 a.m. I like that time. So it's always 7 a.m. Tuesdays and Fridays. And we're hoping to keep it at about maybe one guest a week or one guest every 2 weeks is the goal.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, with our bright new SDA housing podcast branding and a bright future for SDA, we encourage everybody to contact us. If you want to be a guest speaker on our podcast, we'd love to have you. If you've got anything that you think is worthwhile sharing with our listeners. So I guess that wraps it up.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty good saying where we're going, where we're at.
Yeah, well, yes. Hallelujah for our 40th episode, and it's only loading up through here.
Next, you'll be hearing the 100th episode special.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for listening in today. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please make sure you are subscribed and following us so you can keep in the loop with all of our upcoming episodes. We would really appreciate it if you could leave us a 5-star rating, a written review, and to share this podcast with those that could benefit. Until next time, catch you on the next episode.